When we were kids, there were only 150 Pokemon.
Actually, there were 151.
Nerd!
Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to part 2 of the top 10 90s cartoons ready for a live action movie, where we discuss which 90s cartoons have the greatest potential to be a live action movie. And if you haven't already, check out part 1 of this series. And wanted to give a birthday shout out to my sister, dad, and little bro. Love you guys! Number 6, Sailor Moon.
Fighting evil by moonlight, winning love by daylight.
Yes, it is Sailor Moon. In Japan, however, you would know it as Bisujo Senshi Sailor Moon, which translates to Pretty Soldier Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon is adapted from the Sailor Moon manga series, which was published in 1991. The original Japanese anime television series first aired in Japan in 1992. We follow the adventures of Usagi Tsukino, a middle school student who meets a cat named Luna and reveals to Usagi her power to transform into her magical alter ego, Sailor Moon, the Sailor Soldier.
Moon Prism the power!
Tasked with finding the Moon Princess, she is eventually joined by other Sailor Scouts, where she defends the planet against an array of evil villains. Apart from saving the planet, we also see her transform from an emotional, lazy crybaby to a mature woman discovering the secrets of her past.
Oh, my foot!
When the anime came to North America, it was subject to heavy editing. Many of the character names were changed, as well as dialogue, clothing, and even some of the plot points. Revealing scenes were cut, as well as any partial nudity, violence, and a few homosexual characters were either altered or censored. Many series were produced, including Sailor Moon R, Sailor Moon S, Sailor Moon Super S, and Sailor Moon Sailor Stars, stretching from 1992 to 1997. The show premiered in North America in 1995 and was cancelled shortly after due to low ratings. After fans petitioned against the cancellation, the show was brought back. 3 animated Sailor Moon films were released, and to mark her 20th anniversary in 2014, Sailor Moon was given a reboot with a new cartoon web anime series, Sailor Moon Crystal. There has previously been a Japanese Sailor Moon live-action TV series, but no movies as of yet. However, back in 2014, it was rumored that Megan Fox said Sailor Moon had some potential to be a great live-action movie. Number 7, Powerpuff Girls.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice.
The Powerpuff Girls is an American animated TV series airing from 1998 to 2005 for a total of 6 seasons. Using sugar, spice, and everything nice in an effort to create the perfect little girls, Professor Utonium accidentally spilt an extra ingredient into his mix, Chemical X, and the Powerpuff Girls were born. The girls were supposed to be called the Whoop-Ass Girls in the original version of the show, and Chemical X was supposed to be Whoop-Ass. In the city of Townsville, we follow Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, 3 kindergarten-age girls with superpowers such as heat vision, super senses, strength, and much more, along with fighting crime against evil villains such as Mojo Jojo.
You will pay for your use of inappropriate dialogue.
Or villains like him. Yeah, that guy. They deal with their own problems such as losing teeth, school, bedwetting, stuffed toys, and sibling rivalry. Blossom is the self-proclaimed intellectual leader of the group, with her personality ingredient being everything nice. Bubbles is the cutesy sensitive sister, with her personality ingredient being sugar.
Monster, I was wondering if you would be so kind as to stop destroying Townsville.
And Buttercup is the tough, fearless tomboy of the group, with her personality ingredient being spice.
Less talking, more thinking!
With hidden references to older pop culture, a tad of cute meets violence, humor, and breaking the barriers of gender roles, this was an entertaining cartoon for sure. A Powerpuff Girls animated movie premiered in 2002, and a 2016 reboot received a 3.5 out of 10 rating on IMDb. I don't think the Powerpuff Girls would make a great movie per se, but I think the concept would be a pretty sweet movie. I mean, like 3 sisters with distinct personalities and awesome powers, battling trippy villains with tons of humor. I think that would make for a very interesting movie in my eyes. Number 8, Pokemon.
I wanna be the very best.
You guys knew this one was coming. Pokemon is probably one of the most popular and successful franchises of all time, and it is abbreviated from the Japanese title Pocket Monsters. The first Pokemon games came out in Japan for Nintendo Game Boy in 1996, which allowed players to catch, train, and trade 151 creatures to become a Pokemon Master. A Pokemon trading card game was released that same year in Japan, and it became a hit. The popularity led to an anime series based on the games, first premiering in Japan in 1997 and is still airing to this day. The current season airing is Pokemon Sun and Moon. The main character in this series is a young Pokemon trainer named Ash in the English dub version, along with his sometimes naughty Pokemon Pikachu, who travel the world catching Pokemon to become a Pokemon master. In 1998, the first Pokemon movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back, debuted in Japanese theaters, featuring the rare Mew and Mewtwo. It was released in the US the following year, where it briefly held the record for the highest grossing opening for an animated film. There are many generations of Pokemon, spin-off series, mangas, cards, and a whole lot more Pokemon. But the first generation of Pokemon will always be the nearest and dearest to the 90s kids' hearts. There have been 20 animated movies and 2 feature-length TV broadcasts, with their latest animated film, Pokemon I Choose You, being released this year. The game changed for Pokemon last year in 2016 when the Pokemon Go app was released for iOS and Android devices, allowing users to catch, trade, and battle Pokemon in real life through augmented reality. Unbeknownst to some fans, Legendary Entertainment has won the rights to a Pokemon movie and is partnering with a Pokemon company to launch the first live-action Pokemon film franchise with a Detective Pikachu movie. A new character in the Pokemon universe introduced through a video game in Japan. Number 9. Exo Squad. This is an American animated TV series created by Universal Cartoon Studios, airing between 1993 and 1994 for 2 seasons at 52 episodes. This awesome show is set at the beginning of the 22nd century and centers around the interplanetary war between humanity and Neo-Sapiens. The Neo-Sapiens were a fictional race artificially created as workers and slaves for the Terrans, who had managed to terraform Mars and Venus.
And until we fulfill our Neo-Sapien destiny, I can never rest.
The Neo-Sapiens were used primarily as slaves during the colonization of Mars and Venus, and were engineered to be physically stronger and better adapted to hostile environments than humans. We generally follow Able Squad, an elite E-frame Terran unit of mecha pilots on their missions all over the solar system, where there are other things to worry about, like pirate clans, descendants of Terran criminals exiled to the outer planets who live off looted homeworld space freighters. A line of toys was created between 1993 and 1996 by Playmates Toys, including action figures, spaceships, and model kits. A Sega Genesis video game was also created. I believe the premise of this cartoon would make for a great and epic sci-fi flick, and it's been known as one of the most underrated cartoons of all time, so why not give this premise a shot? And number 10, The Wild Thornberries. This is an American animated TV series that aired on Nickelodeon between 1998 and 2004. We follow around a nomadic family of nature documentary filmmakers, primarily focusing on the family's youngest daughter Eliza, who has a secret gift of being able to talk to animals after having saved a shaman disguised as a trapped warthog.
My name is but my friends call me
The gift allows her to talk to the family's pet chimpanzee Darwin, and together the pair go on a variety of adventures through the wilderness, befriending many species of wild animals and learning lessons along the way. I believe the most notable character in the series is Eliza's father, Nigel.
The lion, known to local tribesmen as
who is voiced by Tim Curry with a nasally British accent. Noted for his big nose and thick mustache, Nigel is an expert and enthusiastic professional, but sometimes can be absent-minded and ridiculous.
But I'm afraid I've lost the sight in my eye.
Move your hand, Nigel.
The series was praised for its ability to encourage young viewers to be empathetic towards animals, to learn about other cultures and ways of life, and understand the vastness and diversity in the world. 2 animated movies aired and 2 movies premiered in theaters, one being a crossover movie with the Rugrats. I think this movie has a greater potential to be a live-action movie as a comedy, revolving around Nigel, who could be portrayed as an academic professional, yet hilariously ridiculous at times, kind of like Will Ferrell in Land of the Lost.
I can feel something inside me, really don't think you're strong enough.
So there you have it. What do you guys think of my last top 5 here? And if you haven't already, check out part 1 of this video series and tell me out of all my nominations which is your favorite. Or if I haven't listed it, which 90s cartoon do you think has the most potential to be a live action movie? So leave your pick in the comments down below. So please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I come out with new videos every Wednesday and Saturday, unless if I get invited for Chinese food. Man, I really need to cut back on that Chinese food. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay legendary.